What's up, snitches? It's your boy, Dark Vader. I'm coming live and direct out of the death thing. Whatever this is, it's Friday. But it's not any Friday. It's Force Friday. Which means we're going to talk mad smack, okay? Put the fingers in the youngling's ears. Because it's going to get, like, light speed real. You know what I mean? Am I coming in? Is this transmission clear? Excellent. Let's see if your comments are arriving. Because, the Emperor once said, "Oh, I'm afraid this battle station will be quite operational when your comments arrive." And I looked at him blankly, because in those days we didn't have, face chat or Insta Snap or any of these things. So it was all very, but, he was powerful with the dark side, so he could see the future. Anyways, let's look at the comments. What do we have? It's always about those comments, though. Doc, what is your specialty? Emily Kerdila. What do you got, Emily? Okay, I'm clearly a physician, all right? I'm not a PA, I'm not an NP, I'm not a DO, I'm an MD. So that much I can tell you. The rest is mysterious. Just like my home hospital on Mustafar. Many don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry, was someone commenting on my wonderful pajamas? Oh, yes. My physical therapist, when I was burned over 90% of my body, she said, "Vader, you know what? You're still 10% human. And that 10% needs to breathe. It needs to sleep. Yes, you have your meditation egg where Padme's ghost visits you and you engage in various activities with the image of the ghost. But the burned part of your body needs something soft. Something that also has a flap in the back from which you can defecate if it comes to it in the middle of the night. What if, Vader, you are paged in the middle of the night by some nerve herder in the emergency department? Vader, we need you to blah, blah, blah. And after having arisen, need to do a number 2. Number 1 is not a big deal, because number 1 comes from the pee-pee hole. Very easy. Most pajamas have a pee-pee hole. However, when you are burned over 90% of your body and you need to evacuate your bowels and you are wearing lovely pajamas like these, it can be very difficult to peel off the pajamas in order to defecate. Now, in this case, I have what they call it a 3-meter exhaust port. That it's a flap. Like in those old-time cartoons. And you see, Farmer John comes out and he's wearing one of these and his butt flap opens up. They never tell you what it was for. It was just there, and you were supposed to, in your childish imagination, fill in the blanks like, oh, maybe that's where he puts coal in and it runs his furnace. No, that's not what you were thinking. You were thinking that is where the poopy comes out. When he needs to go number 2. He pulls open the butt flap. Anyway, so the point is, I have a butt flap. The second point is, yes, I'm a doctor. The specialty is left to your imagination. Let's just say there's nothing I cannot do. And in the same vein, there is very little that I can do. All right, next question. Jesus. Let's see. OMG, I love your awesome... watching your videos making me die of laughter, and awesome, may the dark side be with you. Heather Honey, like herniation or herniated disc. That's lovely. Thank you for the kind words. My husband is a doctor and absolutely loves you, says Danielle Novoa. Your husband is a fool. Why would he love something so hideous? Look away from me, husband of Danielle. I am hideous and powerful with the dark side. And also, I have a butt flap. Did I mention that? Let me continue to read these comments. What's your prescription for Emperor Palpatine? Matt Cradleman. Palpatine had several issues, okay? In many ways, he was like many veterans of the Clone Wars, riddled with chronic disease. He was a smoker. He smoked many Jedi. He had a severe porphyria. So if he would go out into Coruscant's sun, he would immediately break out into a green, wrinkly rash, which was and many doctors misdiagnosed it. He has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. He's all elastic and kind of, weird that way, and nobody understands him that way. He has POTS syndrome, the postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So he would stand up and he'd be like, Vader, hold me, I'm falling. And the other things that he has, oh my God, he has one of these Chiari malformations on top because, the skull was all blah, 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 blah. The next thing that he has that many people don't realize is severe hyperbilirubinemia, which gave him a green tinge. And it also affected his voice. So he was always like, Vader, I am powerful with the dark side. Kill all the Jedi. Execute Order 66. That was all the bilirubin doing that. So I have no cure for what ails him because it's polysystemic. You know what he needs? Little yoga, little mind, body. Get in the meditation egg. Meditate, if you know what I'm saying, to Padme's ghost, and, make it happen. All right, more comments. Let's see. How are 1,000 people watching this? That's ridiculous. I could see Yoda delivering prescriptions of pain to Darth Vader. Richard Holland. Oh, you think you're so clever, Richard? You think you're going to... Vader, Yoda's giving you pain because he's your enemy. Yoda is a little bitch. Everybody knows that. He's green. He's wrinkly. People don't understand. Nobody really gets the true nature of the power of this story. Yoda was my attending. Okay? Does that compute in your heads? So he would ride on my back and shout stuff at me. And when I was rounding, I'm just trying to get through my day. I'm like, I got bed 12. This Mr. Williams, he's got lightsaber burns and gout, and he's got a horrible congestive heart failure. And he'd be on my back. Confusing you are. What is the one-liner? I was furious. I still have burned in my lungs. Gosh, trying to do Yoda's voice is it pains me deeply. So Dr. Yoda was first of all, he was a DO. So he was Yo-DO. Many people don't realize that. They think he's an MD. He's a DO, which means he's 73% more holistic. And also he's constantly trying to get all holistic on me. I'm like, son, just give me the damn medicine to give this guy. Okay, I got 20 more patients. I don't want to hear your aphorism. True, unrelated. Shut up. These rounds will never end. Anyways, that's my thinking on Yoda. Let me read some comments. Why couldn't you save Snoke? Rick Atwood. Rick, you need to understand a couple of things about Snoke, okay? First of all, Snoke was a joke. And I'm not just saying that because it rhymes. I'm saying that because no spoilers here, but he went out like a bitch, all right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to spoil anything else. Also, Kylo Ren, come on, dude. You're trying to be like me? Grow a set. Take 25 milligrams of Grow-a-Set PRN, total pussiness, because that's what's wrong with you. You're super emo. Who are you, man? Okay, Anakin, when I was Anakin, I didn't like sand. Okay, that was as emo as it got. And then I killed a bunch of people. All right? You killed some people, sure. You blew up a couple planets. That's great. Okay? But I'm going to tell you, that galactic blow-up thing that you had, okay, it pales in comparison to the power of the Force. All right? I said it. I got it off my chest. I know you're my grandson, but you got out, first of all, hooking up with Snoke. He's ugly. Palpatine, at least, he had a certain grace. There was a charm about him. Okay? He wasn't malformed. He had the, elastin problem from the Ehlers-Danlos. But other than that, and he couldn't stand too fast because of the POTS syndrome. I mean, there was a lot going on. He had a lot of reasons to be green. Let's see here. Kylo Ren had a high-waisted pants, though, Leia Charles. Listen, I'm going to be completely clear with you. When he took off his shirt, all right, I'm not going to lie. I saw a little bit of the young Anakin there. I said, you know what? That guy's got it. He's got it. I had it too. If you define it by the highest freaking midichlorians in the galaxy, I mean, and yeah, there's a billion galaxies, but in this galaxy, which is a long time ago and a far, far away, I had the most midichlorians. More comments. Let's read them. Where are we? Jar Jar Bunks would beat you up, Roger Losh. No, Jar Jar would beat your autocorrect up for putting bunks where binks should be. Okay? Get a better... You know what? My droid, C-3PO, which I built, speaks like a billion languages. And he won't autocorrect binks to bunks. Okay? Josh, or whatever your name is. I've long since lost your thread. Josh. Never trust anyone named Josh. Never. They are cowards and traitors. Almost 76.3% of the time. And don't ever tell me the odds. Let's see what we have here. Pictures or it didn't happen, Sherry Shawley. Well, then I guess it didn't happen because I'm not showing you my pictures. I got better things to do. Pictures or it didn't happen. That's the worst social media trope in the galaxy. I'm not showing you my pictures. I'm just telling you it happened. You either believe me or you're a bitch. A little bitch. That's it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse. And I'm not cursing at you, Shelley. I'm cursing at the system that would ask me for photos to prove something happened when everybody knows, all right? They know that it happened. God knows. When I cry in this suit, it gets so... It's all blurry now. Shelley, damn it. I'm gonna read more comments. I miss you, Padme. Where are you, Padme? But rad CT techs are really the force that rule the galaxy. James Robinson. Okay. There have been a lot of radiology techs that have asked my master Z-Dog MD for a video. And I need you to tune in because we have produced a radiology metamoji. But the raw 7-minute file has been released, has been intercepted by rebels and placed on Z-Dog MD's Patreon page. Which, for reference, not that I have any vested interest in this, is patreon.com/ZDogMD with 2 G's because one is apparently necessary but not sufficient to be a gangster. If you donate any amount of money per month, you can unlock these secret videos. Boom, like that. And you can see this video now. Or wait for the edited version to come out sometime over the weekend. Your choice, nerf herder. I'm just saying, a couple bucks a month, get a radiology metamoji video. To me, it's a no-brainer. It's called value. It's like when you go to Sizzler and you're deciding, should I get the buffet with the scampi, though, or should I, order a la carte? I mean, come on, dude. Get the buffet. It's more food, more variety. The quality? Nah. It doesn't matter. You've got this to feed. You just jam it in. En masse. You know what I mean? And that's how you pronounce en masse. Let's see. What is Doc's favorite liquor? Lish pie. Okay, I'm glad you asked me that, Lish, because I'm going to be quite frank with you. I'm a Jägermeister guy. Don't tell anyone. It's delicious. When I was back in the academy, when I would drink, we would do Jaeger shots after we, destroyed a clone army or, fought the droids of the Trade Federation. We would sit around and we'd be like, oh man, we totally decapitated that droid. Remember that time when, and the Obi-Wan came running up and he was like, whoa, Anakin, I have the high ground. And I'm just like, funk, 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 Jaeger shots. And the next morning, your farts smell like Jaeger. They smell like licorice. Like right out the little Buttflap exhaust port in these things, just licorice. It's dark side for life, people. Let's see here. Yeah, what about us MAs? Fidelitas ut terminus. Okay, first of all, Fidelitas ut terminus. It is bad form to create an alter ego and hide behind a mask on Facebook. Who would do such a thing? Second of all, MAs, okay, if there's a bright center to the galaxy, MAs are on the planet that it's farthest from. They are constantly suffering, relatively devalued, and yet they cannot be lived without. They are essential to the functioning of the clinic or the hospital or wherever they are working. And so, you can derive from that what you want, but I'll just tell you, Vader loves you. And I have to say that because if you don't show up for work on Monday, I am shit out of luck. Okay? Let's just understand that. More comments. Kylo Ren is not you. Kylo Ren is a kid that trained under Luke Skywalker, and Kylo is not a grandson. It's Han Solo and Princess Leia's son, Joshua Rulin. How interesting, Joshua, that you are lecturing me on the theory of relativity when it comes to Skywalkers. Understand this fact, Joshua. Kylo Ren being the child of Han Solo and Leia. Leia, in fact, being my child. And don't remind me about it, because she's super weak with the Force. Forget about the latest movie where she's floating through space. That was bullshit. She does not have Force powers. It has never been shown, except in that one scene, which was nonsense. I could hold my breath in space without Force powers and survive. That's probably what happened. Anyways, what were we saying? Oh, yes. So that would make, if Leia is my daughter, Joshua, that would make Kylo Ren my grandson. That's called the theory of relativity. Okay? Read about it. Let's see what else we have. Would C-3PO autocorrect effing to ducking? Katie Pontifex. C-3PO has not been programmed to curse because I created him when I was like 5. So my mother, Shmi Skywalker, would not allow me to curse. So I could not allow C-3PO to curse. Now, if I were building him now, do you think he would do anything but curse? His morning ritual, he would activate himself and be like, bitch, please. You know what I mean? That's how C-3PO would roll if I were building him. He would wake up and he'd be like, I speak 453 motherfucking languages, okay, West Side. That's what would happen to C-3PO now. But at the time, he was built by a youngling, a.k.a. me, baby Anakin. My, this here Anakin guy took his speeder out to Tatooine and he nearly did die. The Sand People, they're drinking Jaeger, and then Vader was like, give me some of that, because I really think that Jaeger is fat. That's right. No formal training, people. Dark side for life. What's your Darth opinion on marijuana, Matthew Wallen? Matthew, I see you caught a glimpse of my new robot hand. I pointed it out last week. This is Padme's old titanium ring that I continue to wear just out of spite. But this is the old robot hand. And I find it to be much more robotic. You know what I mean? It even makes the little... And it's not supposed to because, like Luke got one of these. And I have this. I'm like, Dad, like I've been working for years making that bank. Why can't I afford this for both hands instead of just, so marijuana, yeah, don't do it. It's bad for you. All right. Other questions. It's hard to read. Let's see. I'm on ER right now, says Carito Ariaga. Following your teachings, get out of my ER. Ha 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 ha. Love that phrase. Actually, she spells it ja, which immediately made me want to delete the comment, not because I'm racist against Spanish speaking, but because I thought it said jar, which made me furious because that guy is a fool. All right? Binks. Dark side for life. What do we have here? Darth drinks Jaeger. Awesomeness. Heather wrote, you know it.
Jaeger all day, every day. And I keep it in the freezer because it gets nicely chilled. It's like Han Solo frozen in carbonite. I just keep it there. And then when I want to unleash it, I go down the exhaust port. And then 14 or 15 of those later, I'm in the zone. You know what I mean? In the zone. Force Friday, bitches! In the zone. Let's see where we are. Doc Vader, what is your view on the medical record, people? Beth Deathloff. Deathloff, that's a good name. Like the Deathloff star. It's solid. It has a good ring to it. I'll tell you what I think of medical records. I think they shall soon be extinct because the records will all be on a little droid that they'll put in like this, and then out will come a hologram. Help me, Dr. Kenobi, Obi-Gyn Kenobi. You're my only pap. That's what the records will be. Okay? Also, I love you. You guys do good work. All right, what do we got here? How do you feel about social workers and psychologists? Steve Gribas. I don't understand why social workers, when they write their notes, they're like, this writer talked to the patient and was informed by the patient that this writer had halitosis, and this writer was then offended, and this writer walked out the door. Why? It's interesting that they write those notes. So yeah, that's what I think of that. Let's see, what do we have here? Comments. Let me scroll, get some fresh ones. Why during the Battle of Hoth? Wait. When the no. These are hard to read. You know it's hard to read with a mask and robot eyes. Doc Vader, were you wearing puppy print pajamas? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that, you know. My first puppy on Tatooine when I was a lad was called Glorthazar. And Glorthazar was powerful with, he was powerful with the gray side. It was in between the light side and the dark side. It was like the twilight side. So sometimes he was very kind and would come jumping up, and I'd be like, Glorthazar, you're so great. Come play with me. You're my best friend. And other times he would bite me on the buttocks. He would dig in my bedding and take a whistle in my bedding. Sometimes he would chase my nascent C-3PO creation around the house, and oh dear, and then would pee on his leg, causing a short circuit. So sometimes he was a little bitch, and other times he was a Sith Lord's best friend. So that's the thing with Glorthazar. So to honor him, I little bit of that, you know. It's what we do, people. We honor that shit. Other comments. You should help others more. And not just the men, but the women and children, too. Trent Nida. Trent, I don't know that I'm going to dignify that kind of nonsense with a response. What do you think I sacrificed my youth going to medical school and the academy? You know what? To help these nuts? No. Well, partially. To help people, including the younglings, including the mothers, including the children. And what happens? Health 2.0. I'm stuck in the matrix. I'm burned out. Okay? I'm just sitting here going, why am I working for the man? Okay? I went in with all these lofty goals. And now look. 90% robot. Where are the women and children in that? Mostly dead. Because of, various... Still a little bit upset about Alderaan. It was it went boom. And partially my fault, although Tarkin, I'm going to blame Tarkin, because that guy was an asshole. You could tell just by his face. Tarkin was an asshole. You know? You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Tell us what you think about patient smokers who are too sick, but they want to leave the floor with the IV pole. Reagan Wilson. This is my take, okay? If you're so sick to be in the hospital, but you still want to smoke, There's a fundamental malfunction in the circuitry of your brain. And I allow Darwin to step in, come flying down from Darwin land and be like, you know what? Here you go. Here's a lighter. Here's your oxygen tank. Here's an IV pole. Make sure you are away 20 to 30 feet from the Death Star of the hospital. And why is that a regulation? It's not for people's health. It's because they are likely to explode when they smoke with the oxygen. And they don't want to light the building on fire. So we don't tell them that. We go, well, secondhand smoke, there's pregnant women and people are sick here. So get 30 feet from the building if you're going to smoke and take this IV pole, but make sure to wear, is my microphone still on? Make sure to wear your oxygen. Because if you don't, well, how will you smoke? And then they go, boom. And then we have, first of all, the census opens up, the staffing ratio improves, and the gene pool is cleansed. All of the above. And if you think I'm not dark side for life, you take that story and you tell them. You tell them all. Force Friday, bitch. We out.